Please rise and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning and welcome to RPtv. Today is Thursday, February 6, 2020. Yesterday turned out to be an historic day as President Donald Trump was acquitted of the impeachment charges that were brought against him. Callie has that report.
President Donald Trump won impeachment acquittal yesterday in the U.S. Senate, bringing to close a third presidential impeachment trial. A majority of senators expressed unease with Trump's pressure campaign on Ukraine that resulted in the 2 articles of impeachment. But the final tallies favoring acquittal of abuse of power and of obstruction of Congress' investigation fell far short. The outcome Wednesday followed months of remarkable impeachment proceedings from Speaker Nancy Pelosi's House to Mitch McConnell's Senate, reflecting the nation's partisan divide 3 years into the Trump presidency. What started as Trump's request for the Ukraine to do us a favor spun into a far-reaching 28,000-page report compiled by House investigators accusing an American president of engaging in shadow diplomacy that threatened U.S. foreign relations for personal political gain as he pressured the ally into investigating Democratic rival Joe Biden ahead of the next election. A politically emboldened Trump has eagerly predicted vindication, deploying the verdict as a political anthem in his re-election bid. The president claims he did nothing wrong, decrying the witch hunt and hoax as extensions of special counsel Robert Mueller's probe into Russian 2016 campaign interference by those out to get him from the start of his presidency. The Wednesday afternoon vote was swift, with Chief Justice John Roberts presiding over the trial.
Now it's time for announcements. Ecology Club. Meeting on Friday, February 7th, after school at 2:45 until 3 p.m. in room 110. Polka Club, meeting today at 3:15 in the library. We will be taking our club picture for the yearbook. Anime Club, yearbook pictures today after school in the Media Center. Meeting to follow in room 105. School of Rock, meeting today at 3 o'clock. We will take our yearbook picture, so please do your best to attend. Bring your instruments. Future Health Careers Club will be having a special guest speaker on Friday, February 7th during 4th period. A registered nurse who works as a forensics nurse for the sexual assault team at the county prosecutor's office will be speaking. If you would like to attend this program, you must see Mrs. Haddad to sign up. Art Club and National Art Honor Society will be meeting Fridays after school in room 102 during the school year. We are working on projects and sometimes exploring new media. Join us. Also, Art Club and NAHS are collecting real or made-up recipes connecting to community, culture, or connections. These can be any size, handwritten and decorated, and will be sent to a program associated with the Bezos Family Foundation. For every recipe submitted, $3 will be donated to organizations providing food to undernourished people around the world. Please help. See Mrs. Scutro for further information and supplies. Breakfast program. Start your day the right way. Our school offers a breakfast program available in the cafeteria starting at 7:10 a.m. Full price is $1.85 and reduced is 30 cents. Breakfast has many benefits for our students. Take advantage of our breakfast program. Summer camp is seeking counselors. Looking to fill counselor positions at the high school level, $7 an hour, and college level, $10.30 an hour. Must have experience in one or more of the following areas: arts and crafts, baton, cheerleading, color guard, dance, digital gaming, drawing, fitness, lifeguard, robotics, technology, and theater. Also looking to fill the position of adult custodian, $16 an hour. Complete the application and return to the summer camp mailbox or the office no later than February 7th at 12 noon to be considered. Junior Gala. Attention juniors. Gala bids are now on sale. If you need a packet, you may pick up one from Mrs. Kowalski in room 7. Gala will be held at the Westwood in Garwood on Thursday, February 27th. All bids and payments are due no later than February 13th. Today, at 4 p.m., there's a boys' JV basketball game away versus David Burley. And at 5:30 p.m., the boys' varsity basketball team plays versus David Burley. Class of 2022 will be selling chocolate and non-chocolate goodie bags during lunches that will be handed out at the end of the day on Friday for Valentine's Day. Buy one for yourself or another. Congratulations to the bowling team for their last game of the year against ALJ. The varsity team stole 2 points from ALJ during Rosa Park Senior Night. This was led by Dan Gerton's 180. JV also extended their record last night by sweeping ALJ with some high scores from Kevin Lopez with 199 and Jason Jokai with 168. Congratulations to the bowling team for a successful year.
Are you interested in working behind the scenes or on stage? Then RPtv is the class for you.
If you enjoy being in the spotlight, you can be a host or a reporter. But if you're more interested in the behind the scenes type of stuff, you can do camera, sound, teleprompter, or graphics.
As you can see, Mr. Dawson and Miss Gutro's class is full of amazing opportunities and activities for anyone and everyone.
If you are interested in being in RPtv, talk to Mr. Dawson or Miss Gutro and your guidance counselor.
We hope you join our team.
As always, the New Jersey weather keeps us guessing and keeps us on our toes. And the next few days are expected to be somewhat troublesome. Soraya has the details.
Another storm system is approaching the New Jersey area, but because temperatures are too warm this week, the snowstorm will turn into icy mix of sleet and freezing rain in North Jersey especially. Heavy rain may occur, so the public is advised to be aware of flooding. In Hunterdon, Morris, Passaic, Somerset, Sussex, and Warren, an extended period of sleet and rain were forecasted until early this morning. As much as 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of ice could accumulate. Drivers are told to be cautious because the roads may be slippery due to ice accumulations. National Weather Service states that the ice risk that is strongest this morning will linger as the day goes on for northwestern New Jersey, and rain will be expected to fall consistently throughout today and tomorrow.
Stay tuned, we will be right back. for watching RPtv. Have a great day and stay tuned for CNN 10.
"49 days after the U.S. House of Representatives voted to impeach President Donald Trump, the U.S. Senate voted yesterday afternoon to acquit him. A down-the-middle explanation of that event is our first topic today on CNN 10. I'm Carl Azus. This was the third time in U.S. history that a president was impeached by the House and acquitted by the Senate. And the events that occurred over the past couple months reflect the deep partisan divide in the United States. The House is controlled by Democrats, the Senate is controlled by Republicans, and the chamber's decisions were made mostly along party lines. There were 2 votes in the Senate yesterday because there were 2 charges from the House. The first charge, or Article 1, was on abuse of power. The Senate voted 52 to 48 that President Trump was not guilty of this. All but 1 Republican voted to acquit the president. That Republican joined every Democrat in voting to convict him. For a president to be removed from office, the Constitution requires that 2/3 of the senators present vote to convict him. President Trump's acquittal has been expected since the House charges were made. The second charge, or Article 2, was on obstruction of justice. The Senate voted 53 to 47 that President Trump was not guilty of this. Every Republican voted to acquit the president. Every Democrat voted to convict him.
The Senate, having tried Donald John Trump, President of the United States, upon 2 articles of impeachment exhibited against him by the House of Representatives, and 2/3 of the senators present not having found him guilty of the charges contained therein, it is therefore ordered and adjudged that the said Donald John Trump be, and he is hereby, acquitted of the charges in said articles.
So the end result is that Donald Trump will remain in office as U.S. president. Next up, a charter flight from Wuhan, China arrived yesterday in the U.S. state of California. It's one of 3 evacuation flights that the U.S. has made in about a week, and the 178 passengers on board will stay under quarantine at Travis Air Force Base. This is the first time in more than 50 years that a quarantine order was issued by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control. It's trying to protect Americans from the widely spreading Wuhan coronavirus, which has infected more than 24,500 people worldwide and killed more than 490 of them. It's about a 2% death rate from the virus. Many who've gotten it have recovered. The vast majority of the cases are in China, where the virus was first identified in mid-December. And the country has just finished the first of 2 hospitals it's built specifically for Wuhan coronavirus patients. If you're wondering how China did that so quickly, it took more than 1,000 construction workers and 100 machines working overtime. The 2 new facilities will have thousands of beds for patients during the outbreak.
Even after nearly 2 decades, former SARS patient Alex Lam is haunted by his experience. SARS infected around 8,000 people globally and killed 774, nearly half of them in Hong Kong. The isolation of cases eventually led to the end of the outbreak. The new coronavirus outbreak is already larger than SARS, and unprecedented measures are in place to control it. The rapid construction of hospitals, mass production of medical supplies and protective equipment, and sweeping travel restrictions and temperature checks. When will these measures stop the outbreak? Well, the answer lies in understanding the virus itself.
Inside that building is the world's first lab-grown copy of the Wuhan coronavirus outside mainland China. It's a major breakthrough that allows researchers here at Hong Kong University to better understand the behavior of the virus.
Inside the lab, we are required to wear face masks.
My feeling is that this is just going to be like SARS, is that the world is going to get basically a very bad cold for about 5 months.
But with one major caveat, it appears the new virus, unlike SARS, can spread before symptoms arrive.
But the problem with this virus is that it does appear is that there is a period within the first 4 or 5 days where people say they can be virus shedding but maybe asymptomatic. So for that reason, it's going to be far more difficult to manage.
I want to shake your hand, but it's during an outbreak, so...
The masks are off when I meet Malik Paris in his office. He advises the World Health Organization on the virus.
Either Indian way of greeting or the Japanese way of greeting.
He says there are two extreme scenarios. The outbreak is brought under control, or...
The other extreme, of course, is that the virus is like influenza, which means that it cannot be contained and it will spread.
This has already happened with H1N1, also known as swine flu. The strain emerged in a pandemic in 2009, and now it's a seasonal virus. But for Alex Lam, humankind doesn't need another disease to contend with.
We must stand together. We need to think positive, because one day the disease will go away.
Now the head of a group of SARS survivors in Hong Kong, he is calling for the government to take tougher measures, whatever it takes to end the latest outbreak.
10-second trivia. What is the world's most widely used source of renewable energy? Solar power, wind energy, hydropower, or biofuels? Hydropower or hydroelectricity is used more than any other renewable. Hydropower is also one of the oldest forms of renewable energy. Wheels spun by the current of flowing water provided power for centuries before electricity caught on. Solar panels as we know them are a much more recent invention. Their development really started advancing in the 1950s. They come with some downsides. Though they're considered a form of clean energy, building the panels themselves and then disposing of old or damaged ones can cause significant harm to the environment. And the solar windows you're about to see are relatively small. Manufacturers will have to find a way to build larger ones. Owners of skyscrapers will have to decide whether they want to install them, and there are questions about their cost versus modern windows that don't generate electricity. But the company that makes solar windows says the benefits are clear as glass.
Solar panels are a popular method for capturing renewable energy, but they have some limitations. They need lots of space, special installation, and have some aesthetic drawbacks. But what if they looked like this, and every window around you doubled as a solar panel?
We've developed a way of making solar cells transparent by only capturing the invisible light. This is the only technology that allows you to do that.
Ubiquitous Energy isn't the first to develop solar glass. Others have combined glass with solar cells that are thinner and smaller, but they can have drawbacks like lower power efficiency and less transparency. Ubiquitous took a different approach and developed a solar coating made from organic dyes designed to match the transparency of standard windows.
Light-absorbing dyes are found all around us. What we've done is we've engineered those dyes to selectively absorb infrared light and also convert that light into electricity.
And that's key, because infrared light is invisible to the human eye. The result, the team says, is solar glass that delivers the best combination of energy efficiency and transparency.
The installation here is one of the first installations of this glass.
For now, solar glass is still less efficient than traditional solar panels are, but its potential for wider use can make up for that.
For example, the Salesforce Tower in San Francisco has 70 times as much vertical surface to its rooftop. And that would mean over 20 times more energy production from transparent solar than opaque solar on the roof. We really see the future of this technology as being applied everywhere.
For 10 out of 10, Leonardo could never da Vinci see this coming. This is one of his most famous paintings, the Mona Lisa, made entirely out of Rubik's Cubes. She's so like the lady with the mystic smile. The work, called A Form of Rubik Cubism, is up for auction later this month, where it could fetch as much as $166,000. That'd be a pretty good profit. The 330 cubes it took to build it would have cost less than $3,000. It's too bad the winning bidder has to pay that all at once. Some could Matisseally Van go to the bank one starry night and convince you them to let you Warhol out enough Monet to Caravaggio right back to the auction house, but that's a long way to Goya when what you really casaw to do is just take out a Mona Lisa. That's elevating puns to an art form, y'all. East Middle in Sioux City knows all about it. Got some folks watching from the Hawkeye state of Iowa. I'm Carl Azus for CNN.